Okay, well, let's look at the incident, okay? So I have already looked at PBE and I've tested things. What are these changes? What does this mean? This is a typo. Like half of this is a typo, by the way. Half of this is a typo. This is his second auto will deal way more damage when critting, okay? So his auto attacks already deal more damage because the system change is from 175% crit damage to 200%, okay? So his normal crits already deal more damage because he's an AD carry with crit build. And then his second auto will have way more crit efficiency, will deal way more damage, okay? Second part is this Q change makes it so you can get level 5 Q, one-shot caster minions, clear wave points, like break points, way easier again, okay? What does that mean? This means you don't need to go static every game. This is variety. This means variety. With this, you can build whatever the fuck you want first item, mostly. You can go, for example, Yumu's first item and you will one-shot caster minions with Q. So there's like more variety again with this. But his E does less crit damage. I mean, first his E does like more crit damage because crits just deal more damage, right? But then they reduce this efficiency extremely low, so it loses a lot of damage. And there's also another part that isn't in here, where the base damage is also reduced. So they reduce the base damage and the crit modifier. So Akshan E is just gonna be a fucking useless shit ability that's not gonna deal any damage. Okay? That shit does no damage. 0 damage next patch, next season. All damage in auto attacks, no damage in E. E damage pre-bath. R crit modifier increased, this is also a typo. This is decreased. Like decreasing the crit modifier from 50% to 30%. So the ult is losing damage as well. And the ult is actually getting a double nerf as well, because first of all they're losing this. It's like some damage from this. And then second of all, Infinity Edge is losing some crit modifier percentage next season. Like it's going down a bit. And Akshan ult scales with Infinity Edge's like crit modifier, so that loses even more damage. So in conclusion, your passive is mega buffed, your auto attacks deal more damage because it's season 16. Your Q wave clear better, so you can build full crit, for example. You can go full crit build and not just go static every single game. But E and ult both got shot. So for some reason, we went and shifted power from the ability that takes skill in the champion, made it weaker, and instead put the power into fucking right clicking instead. That's what they're doing. What is the idea of gutting the one learning curve of part of his kit and making him the 15-minute auto champ? I mean, his E still exists, it just does less damage. Like, this won't like kill the champ or anything, but your stuff just does a bit less damage, like your E and ult. Like, if you are legit just walking up to someone in invis and then Q auto attack, double auto attack E, it's probably still gonna do similar damage, because your double auto attack start just does so much more damage. Also, like, Akshan is for sure gonna be not bad, by the way. Like, this is not... It's not like it's gonna make the champ bad or anything. Because, like, you are just gonna go full crit, probably, like normal builds, with rapid fire. And out of stealth, you're just gonna do double auto attack Q out of stealth. And that is gonna do way more damage. Like, have fun to any squishy champ playing against Akshan next season, when he's 4-item RFC, walking up to you in invis and just fucking one-shots your ass out of stealth without even using his E. He's just gonna auto-attack you once. And you're gonna lose like all your health. But yeah, I'm not happy with them doing anything to E, because this is like the skilled part and the fun part about this kit. That's like a cringe change. But I mean, we'll just have to see. I already looked at PBE as well. Maybe I go on PBE later a bit and show some stuff. I was already thinking of like some builds and shit that could potentially be funny. Because I think you could also play Lethality Akshan maybe, and that could be kind of funny. Probably not gonna be better than crit, because crit is just best. But there's like Humble Glaive item that looks pretty funny in my opinion. Like, look at this item. 2800 gold, 60 AD, 18 lethality. When you were unseen for 1 second, your next auto deals true damage to the enemy. And reveal wards on top, just for fun. I was thinking you could go this item first, because well, this will one-shot waves as well, right? Because you're maxing Q. Easily, it easily one-shots waves, because there's a lot of AD for low gold. And then you could just either just play like a full lethality build if you was really squishies. It could be funny to just go full lethality, maybe. But maybe you could also just go this item first and then just go crit with like collector second and then full crit. I think this item might actually be pretty funny on the first item. Otherwise, I mean, there's some other stuff as well. You can play like Voltaic into Stormrazor again. Stormrazor is back. You can play like the Energize build. Like Voltaic into Stormrazor into Rapid Fire. That's a build I used to love in the past. And also, guys, like, as cringe as these changes look, right? as cringe as this looks, the champ is gonna be better versus tanks and bruisers next season. Because do you use your E on a bruiser to deal damage to him? Usually not. They just run at your face, but you're gonna deal way more damage just right-clicking them. And you also have Giant Slayer LDR next season, so you can deal with the champs a bit better. But yeah, overall, I'm like not happy about this especially. Everything else is really whatever. But I think touching this spell is bad because it's like the biggest skill part about the champ. No, it's not that, trust me. Akshan is not that. This is not a weak variation of the champion. It's gonna be strong. As of changes turret only, no, this is literally bugged. And this is a typo. All of that. It's just not right what he wrote here. I looked at PBE and we looked at like the actual things and stuff. This is like just like this is a nerf as well. This is also just typed wrong straight up. I don't know why they're nerfing ult so much though, because I think it's legit gonna deal like no damage. I don't see the point of nerfing ults. Like the reason E gets nerfed, right, is because obviously you have to nerf something, okay? Akshan has to get nerfed. If you look at Spider X Twitter, all 80 carry champs are getting nerfed. Because, well, crit is getting increased to 200%, right? So like, if crits deal more damage, then all 80 carry champs need to be a bit like changed. But why do you change the ult thing when the ult thing doesn't benefit from that at all? Akshan ult doesn't scale with the crit damage of the game. Akshan ult scales with how much crit you have and with Infinity Edge's crit modifier. And Infinity Edge's crit modifier is getting nerfed. So Akshan ult is already getting nerfed by IE giving it less damage. So why are we giving it less damage in itself as well? We are literally double nerfing this. We're nerfing crit damage on this and base damage on this. And then ult is losing damage from IE and ult is losing damage from itself. So we're literally just double nerfing both abilities. It says increase, bro. This is all a typo. Spider X can't type. Listen, I'll say it one time again. Passive second auto crit damage is increased from 30% to 100% damage. This is correct. This is correct. There's something missing here. E base damage is also going down. Like the E damage in general is going down a bit on top of this. And this is 50% to 30% nerf. Okay? Not 50 to 70. R modifier decreased from 50% to 30%. That's what it is. That's the correct one. Okay, let me check a bit on PBE, guys. Let me check a bit on PBE. Let me check on PBE a bit. Fuck around on PBE. I already looked at items a little bit before the stream. Which was like the lane, the role quest thingy in the practice tour. Okay, so first of all, important thing. Wait. Important thing, let me go 10 minutes forward. Why are they like ending the game? So if we go like some shit like this, we should kill minions right now. Level 9, minute 10. See, like, you can go shit like this again. Because the Q, like, wave clip points are, like, way better. The thresholds. You can actually go, like, items like Humus first again and stuff like that, so you don't need to go static every single game. There's, like, one thing about the Akshan changes. Like, because they changed the way the Q-leg scales. You can go, like, Humus first, Stormrazor first, shit like that. And it will clear waves for, like, pretty long time. No Shiv with 3. I mean, Shiv is still good, but this opens like up some variety, because now we can play other things if we want to. That's why I was thinking, I assure you, it's not like you complete Humus almost at 10 minutes. Yeah, you may not always have it at level 9 immediately. But even if you get your Humus slightly late and then you just buy Humus and like one long sword, it's gonna clear like pretty easily. It's definitely easier to get the thresholds. And if it doesn't work that well, one thing you can do at least is get like, you could do like component build like I did in the past, where you just go like, or even IE rush, like component build or IE rush, where you just build this shit. BF sword pickaxe. This will clear like forever. This will clear minions for very, very long, for example. But I think even something like Humus first works. Those things, some things, like for sure you can still just go, you will still just be able to do as you always did. There's like nothing wrong with this normal build. This item is the same, this item is the same. Third item LDR is a bit worse if they are very squishy, but if they are tanky it's fine. I don't like that it costs 3,300 gold though, I don't know about that. It doesn't say it here, but LDR basically has Giant Slayer again. So you're paying 300 extra gold to have Giant Slayer, 15% more damage, if they have 1500 bonus health. It is quite expensive though. Like if they are very, very squishy and don't have any HP, you can probably just go Mortal just because it's 300 gold cheaper. Actually, it has less armor pen though, I don't know. Seems a bit weird. Just like the normal build as always, like this. IE gives like 5 more AD. Pretty nice. The modifier is down by like 10%, I think. But the big thing is that the crits just deal way more damage on this patch. Like they go from 175% to 200%. That's why Akshan also got like some nerfs on his E and ults. Because obviously crit buffs, you need to compensate a bit. That's why he's getting nerfs on his other spells. So this fucking normal build will just still work. What can you do instead? I was thinking we can bring back the poke build. Oh my god, poke build. Who remembers poke build? Like what if I whip out the Voltaic into Storm Razor into RFC? Oh, that inventory, holy shit. That's a sexy old school inventory. That's a fucking old school inventory, bro. I used to love these builds, like poke builds. Look at that move speed. You can do it with Umbral as well, of course. I don't know if this is good yet though. So this item, they changed this item. It's 60 AD, 18 lethality, 15 haste, right? For 2800, which is not bad stat profile. You get this. Tooltip isn't working, but basically when you vanish out of like vision, when enemy doesn't have vision, you get this stack thing active. And then your next attack to a champion, look, it deals true damage. And true damage scales with lethality. On top of that, you also still get like the passive that lets you clear wards quicker. So I was thinking stuff like, you could just go poke build with this instead. Like you could go this into like, build just like crit items like this. I don't know how good that's gonna be though without lethality scaling. It might still be okay though. I don't know if that's gonna be better than Voltaic though. If I wanna do a build like this. We'll have to see how good it is. But since this exists, I was also thinking it could be funny to just go fucking full lethality Akshan. Full lethality Akshan could be pretty funny. Like imagine they have like 5 squishies and you're going this fucking item that lets you just deal true damage to them. And you go like, I don't know what you would go though. Either this first or Humus first. Probably build both into... Maybe this item is OP as well. I don't know if this is OP or not. If this is OP, you could build this as well. Some psycho build like this, I don't know. Actually you need RC kind of. Something like this. Like if you do this, you deal like 200 true damage or something, I think. It does like 200 true damage. But I think this item does a lot more damage than this. This item does way more damage on the turrets. Like how this item works is, it has like a cooldown, and when this cooldown is up, and you throw an ability, it's gonna deal some true damage, scaling with lethality, right? There you go, some damage. It's kind of low on range though, I think it has a bad range modifier. But the important part is when you kill someone, you get like a buff for 90 seconds, where if you attack a turret, or like Drake or Baron or anything, it does a shit ton of true damage to it. Like insane damage. Like if you're a full lethality champ, it does like 3000 true damage. I can't really show it though, because I can't get a kill, can I? But it sounds kind of broken if you're like a full lethality champ. It has 2500% lethality scaling. Yeah, that sounds balanced. You can? How can I get a kill? You might like this or what? Ah. So I have it active now. Okay, I have it active now. Where's the turret? Okay, I have no minions. Wait, this one. Oh wait, I need a Drake. This is better. Look at this. Holy, that true damage. Wait, I'm not full lethality though. That's like 1800 true damage, no? Or what was that? I think if you are full lethality champ, like full, it does 3000 damage. So if you get a kill as an assassin or something in side lane and then go to a turret, you literally just nuke it. You literally just nuked it. It just explodes. And then the thing is, the turrets also get like these fucking tumors. I don't know what the fuck this is. What the fuck is it? What is this? It's like a tumor or something. Over time. So basically, they form like crystals. And then if you go hit them, it does a shit ton of damage. Boom. So combine this, like being on the turrets, with getting a kill on this item, or like an assassin, you can imagine you just nuke the turret. It'd be so easy to get turrets for like assassins. Or like in general it'd be easier because of this like crystals. It's on all turrets, it basically like spawns over time. Like the longer they don't get attacked, the more they get it, you know? The more of it appears on it. What about Storm Razor? I mean Storm Razor, listen Storm Razor, right? It's a nice item. And I would like to go first, but look at this disgusting build path, okay? This is the worst build path in the entire game. BF sword, cloak, slingshot. So either you somehow get... somehow you Jeff Bezos and you buy a BF sword on your first base, or you can't play the game if you want to build this first. Because imagine you go base and you build a 600 gold slingshot, and then on your next base you have 800 gold, what do you buy? Nothing? You just sit there and you're just homeless. Unlucky. Like BF sword items, they're hard to rush unless you get this. So I'm thinking like probably the easiest way to play a Stormraiser build would just be to like go second with something like I said with for example like a poke build, with the energize builds, which used to be really good. Like Voltaic Stormraiser, RFC into full crit. This used to be like a really good build with Stormraiser that I enjoyed and thought was good. This build also just like synergizes more with you just right clicking people instead of Eing. And your E is like nerfed a lot, so this like kind of synergizes with the Akshan changes as well to just... Like how this works, like late game, if you get all of this, your double auto-attack is buffed, right? The second auto-attack scaling crit damage went from 30% to 100%, okay? That's what they change. So imagine you build this Voltaic, Stormraiser, RFC, all this extra damage. Maybe you have even like sudden impact or some shit for even more damage, and 100% crit. You walk up to them, you auto-attack them. Absolute fucking noob, you get 5 billion attack speed from Stormraiser, you can even chase them. Like let's say like classic scenario, let me move this out of the way. Like mid to late game, there's like an 80 carry that's gonna walk up here, right? It's like a classicer, there's like no turret here, they walk up like an idiot while you're just sitting here in this. And you just walk up to them, pure attack, and you get so much moves so you can chase them to do another auto attack. And your auto attacks will deal so much fucking damage. And then you can obviously still like E them if you need to finish them off. I think this build might be nice, but aside from that, you could maybe, like if you like that, even just go full crit with Collector again. Because like I said, it is a bit easier to get wave clip breakpoints. It might be hard though. I don't know if like 50 AD is enough. 3000 gold. You probably don't get this fast enough for your Q to actually one-shot waves. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. I think if you wanna go like absolute full crit, you might still have to do like a variation of poke builds. Not poke builds, component builds. For those who don't know what component build is, in the past the Q needed so much AD to one-shot casters, you needed like 80 AD in your inventory. So what I used to do for a while was literally build BF swords, pickaxe, BF sword, like bullshit like this, literally like components, just full AD. So my Q will one-shot the wave. So like if you think about it, Collector, when you finish this item, it doesn't actually give you that much. So if you wanted to like go Collector IE, like just full AD, you could do some shit like just build 2 pickaxes, which like the second pickaxe is obviously gonna build into IE second, right? So you could do this will easily, like this build path will easily let you one-shot waves always. Because you always will get enough AD with this for your Q to one-shot waves. Because this is like very easy to build, right? Pickaxes and longswords. And then afterwards you go finish the Collector into the IE, right? Because if you think about it, there's really not that much you get from finishing this item. Besides, like, you really don't get much. You don't get more lethality, you get 5 AD from finishing it. You get the crit, of course, but like 25% crit doesn't do that much. And you get the fucking execute, right? Which is nice, but it's not like insane. That's why something like this would be okay, just to make sure you clear your waves properly as soon as you hit level 9. So that's like a thing. I mean, Kraken will also slightly be buffed, because it will also be easier to hit the wave cliff breakpoint. But like 45 AD is not enough, probably. Unless you get it ultra fast. Like you're still gonna need like Kraken and like 2 longswords or something for your Q2 clear waves. But I mean, sometimes Kraken is still fine. There's like very niche games where I think Kraken Slayer is a good item. Is there anything else? This is dog shit. There's also this Snowgun item. But I don't think this is good necessarily. So what this item does, it's just 50 AD, 25% crit, right? It's good build path. Like you have pickaxe, longsword, which is nice items you can buy. This gives raw AD. Basically you get like 10% bonus damage on your auto attacks, depending on how far away they are from you. The highest you get is at like 700 range. But the problem is Akshan has dog shit range. And a lot of the time you will also E into people, so you will sometimes just be like melee range. So you'll often not get the full value of this. But you also get range when you get an assist or a kill. Wait, let me try that. How's that gonna work? Now I just have 600 range, look. We finally have it, 600 range. Akshan, it's time. We got it, 600 range. Look at that. Does it work with ult? E? Oh, E. Does my E have more range? I don't know if it does. I mean, it should, right? It probably doesn't. It does? I have no idea. Does it stack infinitely? No, you just get like a buff for 6 seconds. It's like a cleanup item. Like you get 1 kill in the fight and then you have more range. Like imagine Jinx with this item, by the way. That's gonna be completely overpowered. Imagine you build this on Jinx and you get 1 kill and you get your fucking passive crack and 100 extra range. Like yeah, bro. And deal 10% more damage because you have high range on every ult deck. Jinx is gonna be crazy with this item. Completely OP, I think. I don't know what other champ uses as well. Maybe Caitlyn, I guess, would use it. She's also high range. That's mostly all the items I was curious about, I think. Essence Reaver is back to having this. Like Essence Reaver is a Sheen item again. Not really too interesting for Akshan though. It's like not really buildable. Like this build path is shit for first item. You for sure can't go this first item even if you wanted to. But I've already seen like Vayne is gonna be racist, by the way. Guys, you remember that full AD Vayne build? Doto sent me this in DM. Like, prepare for Vayne going like shit like this again. Like, have fun playing versus Vayne with this build, by the way. They're going to just ult Q and just one-shot you. He sent me like a screenshot of him dealing like 2000 damage to a 100 armor target with this. Happy. It's good, bro. Get these items first. Yeah, you do it on top lane, Vayne, not AD carry, bro. You do it on top lane, bro. It's good, but Vayne's still shit. Just get good, bro. For real. Okay, then we also have the mid lane quest. Oh, wow, the mid lane quest. Okay, how does this work, guys? Every role has like this quest thing. You fill it by like farming minions, taking turrets, killing champions, taking objectives, right? This will fill itself, the quest. It will fill itself more if you do it while you're in your lane. And once you get this done, as a mid laner, you get tier 3 boots for free. You get the tier 3 boots upgrades. This is just what we have now, the feeds boots, like the tier 3 boots. You just get these for free. So every mage in the game is just gonna have this disgusting move speed on the lucidity boots every single game. Or more pen. We on Akshan, we're probably gonna get Swift March, which just means more move speed and like 20 AD or something for free basically. Swift March, it gives you like, I don't know how much percent, but it just gives you AD depending on move speed. Symbiotic Souls is removed, which was my favorite boot on Akshan, but yeah, it's gone. So we're gonna take this as default, and we still have Tabis, of course, versus certain comps is very OP. Tier 3 Tabis, very broken. Works good, of course, too. Just situational. I was also wondering about this though. There's also Berserkers giving like 40% attack speed and 5% lifesteal. I was thinking you could maybe do like some shit like, yo, you serious, bro? Okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was wondering if maybe you could, like, if you were to do this build that I was talking about, like the component shit, where you go like this and then into Collector IE, like that, and LDR, you basically have 0 attack speed the whole game, right? But what if we went maybe the fucking Nikes, they upgrade to this one and give 40%. 40% attack speed and lifesteal, so it won't feel homeless that you have like no attack speed with this build. Full crit builds are gonna be very big damage. Because of the buffs, crits, like the system buffs. Just get used to it. I mean, yeah, you probably just get used to it and just do that. But I think, I mean, it might not be terrible. But Swift March has like many more move speed, just OP. Move speed is broken on the champ, so also just more AD. So if you go full AD build and then Swift March, you will literally hit like a fucking truck, by the way. If you come out of stealth with Swift March, these items, RC, full crit builds, you are going to nuke AD carries with one right click. It's gonna look very funny, but I mean, it's a trade-off for my E and ult just dealing no damage, I guess. Because both of these spells just suck now, a bit. They seem to be pretty bad after the nerfs. Go on dummy with 80 armor. 80 armor. I mean, I'm level 9, wait. Do all tech. Boom. That is not bad. That is pretty good damage. Can auto then spam heal. Yeah, that's a lot easier. What's the buff? I mean, it's mostly a nerf, like your E does way less damage, less base damage, less crit damage on your E. Your ult has less crit scaling. But your second ult attack does 100% crit damage instead of 30%. And the system buffs are 175% crit damage to 200%. Like that's just how crit is gonna work. So doing this will deal way more damage. But this will deal less, of course. Like E will deal a lot less damage. Ult also. That's boring as fuck. I mean, yeah, it's a bad change. It just makes the champ more brain damage and shifts power from the skilled ability to right-click people. Obviously, your E still does damage. It's like it's not like the spell is just useless, but you are losing quite a bit of damage on the E as far as if I saw it correctly. And the R is like kind of whatever. The spell is like brain dead anyways. R is useless. I think R is actually kind of useless. Because I think it lost a lot of damage. Like this does no damage. Like with these items against this very squishy target, you usually like Loki almost one-shot them at level 16. But I mean, like your auto does like 1 billion damage, right? It's like it's not like it's gonna affect this disgusting pattern of just walking up to someone in mid game and just walking up to them and just do auto, ult E away, and they're just fucking dead, right? Like that still works. It's not like it's gonna change anything. Because your initial auto will deal like way more damage. Also, just your auto attacks dealing more damage and crit dealing more damage and LDR having Giant Slayer. What does this also mean? You can deal way better with these disgusting bruiser champs and tank champs, right? Like if you have fucking 5 bruisers running at you every game, you will just DPS them down way easier. Because you just deal so much more DPS with these changes. Your DPS is just better. You're gonna have less problems dealing with tanks and bruisers. Do you think they made Akshan less skill impressive so new people can play him easier? I don't know. Probably not. I think people will still not play this champ. The champ is like still hard. Like the ability is still hard to use. It's not like you're just not gonna use this ability. It's just like a bit of a power shift from this and this to this. It's literally just a power shift from one thing to the other. Which, I mean, is okay, but I'm not really a fan of them nerfing the most skilled part of the champion, you know? Because this is like what makes the champion. AD carry Akshan incoming, extra gold from quest. Nah, Akshan bot is really not that good, I think. You just get outranged by every AD carry, it's kinda bad. I don't like Akshan AD carry. Which is broken, this new one or old one? I can't really tell yet. I can't tell yet, I'll need to like play next season. Because Akshan right now is already very good. I don't know if this is gonna be better. But I mean, like a playstyle like this, I've had very good success with playstyle like this in the past where I just go full crit with Qmax. Like season 14 I got like 2000 LP with 70% win rate. Akshan was completely broken with that. And I think this might be similar with the 200% crit being back. But maybe it also just turns out that nothing changes and I'll keep playing like static collector like this every single game, right? Could still be possible. Because it's not like this item is getting worse. This item is like perfect for Akshan. So there's nothing like bad about static either. Nothing wrong with this item. I'm just thinking of other options because now we do probably have some other options due to the wave clear changes. Because you can clear waves without having static every game. So 200 crit is basic, but how much crit does IE give in season 16? Yeah, so your crit damage is 200% and IE gives 30% more. So this got like slightly nerfed the IE, but of course it gets slightly nerfed when crit is just straight up stronger. You're still just gonna deal more damage. Crits will just always deal more damage, no matter what. How do symbiotics work if every mid gets empowered recoil? Well, if you look at the shop, symbiotics are removed. Oh, good point actually, I didn't mention that. Like the mid lane quest, you also get an empowered recoil. I don't know the cooldown, I think someone said 1 minute. I don't know if that's true. But basically after finishing your quest, you will just have Baron recoil. But I don't know what the cooldown is. Can be 1 minute, 2 minutes, I don't fucking know. But you just get the symbiotic recoil on every mid laner basically, every game. So mid laners are gonna just have more tempo, have more move speed, and they get like a bit of a spike when they complete their quest instantly because they get like some gold value from like getting these boots. Like for example, when Akshan just finishes his mid quest, he's just instantly gonna get more move speed because of this upgrade and like 20 AD. So it's like a nice spike. I mean, it's just free AD, you know. Unless of course we wanna go the defensive boots, which are also very good. And take a look on the item that deals more damage the further you are with ult. As far as I know, this item, it doesn't work with abilities. This is just for all decks. So if I do a full ult from far away, 614 damage. Now I go close. See, it's like the same. This does not work on abilities. This is only all attacks. So if I all attack max range, 98 damage. Now melee, 90. See? But this item probably sucks on Akshan because, well, you only have 500 range, right? And it's most effective at 700 range. The best user in the game is probably Jinx, I'm pretty sure. Because if you get a reset, you also get attack range. So I imagine Jinx getting 1 kill in a fight with this item, getting range. Sounds very crazy to me. Caitlyn, maybe Caitlyn as well. I don't really know. I don't know when you would build this though. Is the thing. I don't really know when will you build this though. What's the basic timer at which quest is completed, excluding it being lowered by killing CS, etc.? There is no basic timer. You fill it by getting the CS, taking plates, taking turrets, I think. I don't know, maybe that's just for top laners. But it's like for sure like getting takedowns, getting minions, participating in objectives. I think also taking turrets and plates. That's just how you fill it. It doesn't fill on its own, I think. I have heard, I have not played yet, but I've heard that you generally complete the quest around like 40 minutes-ish. Around that time. I don't know the exact time and how much faster you can get if you're like snowballing, or like how late you're gonna get it if you're getting like completely stomped, right? Could be a lot earlier, could be a lot later, but like around that time is like normal, I'm pretty sure. Don't take my word for that though, I have not tried it yet. Is it true AD carry getting 6 full items late game? Yeah. The AD carry quests, when you complete it, I think you just get a sum of gold. You just literally just get gold. I don't know how much, like instantly. And then you also get increased gold from all sources for the rest of the game. And you get the item slots extra for your boots. This also isn't just useful for late game, by the way. Because imagine this is like your boot slot, right? So I would have all of this inventory space as an AD carry. You have the boots here, which means also in mid game you have just more. You just have more slots to like itemize components and stuff like that. So it's not just an ultra late game buff. You can also just get like sometimes better components for fights. Because you can build your like you can just build your items better. Right? Basically. Am I low elo or does mid quest seem underwhelming? No, I'm pretty sure mid quest is fine. They specifically wanted to do a big quest for AD carries and top laners because they wanted to buff those roles a bit. Yo, nice internet, bro. My internet just straight up deceased. Solid. Well, I mean, that's it for now then, I guess. I mean, I talked about pretty much everything I wanted to talk about for the PvE for now. I'll probably play like some games on PvE on some other day. But that's it for now. My stream also fucking died, so lule.